begin introducing myself. So my name is Rachel or Rainier. I'm in a name change process, so that's okay. I know Rachel is what's on my name here, what's on the Pineapple website, so I don't have a problem with it at all. I am a licensed mental health counselor based in Florida. I'm over in the United States, so I'm in the Eastern time zone. It's 1 p.m. here today. And it is also 65 degrees, which for most people is probably like, cool. For us, it's a little different here in Florida. I love it, but everyone acts like it is negative 10 degrees. So, we're all adjusted to the different things in life. Other than that, I am a EMDR approved consultant. So that is a great passion of mine, is anything in the EMDR world. Board certified telemental health counselor, yoga teacher, and a qualified supervisor for people that are registered mental health counseling interns in the state of Florida. So that's me. I specialize in mostly anything trauma and PTSD related, adult industry mental health, dissociative identity disorder, borderline personality, autism, and so much more. So let's get into it today. All right. So let's see. Let me pull up my thing. I know I have it here. All righty. That's not what I need to do. We need to click share screen first. I promise I know how to use technology. I really do. Right. Use slideshow. Got it. Now we are ready to go. Okay. So basically what we'll be discussing today is bullying. A lot of people see the word bullying and think, high school, middle school, kids, teens, pithy stuff. Not so much. So we're going to delve into all different types of bullying. And as you see in the beginning of the title, what it's related to, which usually boils down to power and control, which all of us want, all of us need to a degree, but the ways that we go about getting it can go down different paths. There can be a more empowering path of things that build our life and give us long-term success, all the way to other paths where we are trying to gain it from other people by demeaning them or putting them down or making their lives very challenging in some way. So this affects all populations. So we'll focus it more into the adult industry as always. However, we'll draw out to the macro, come into the micro. So there are 4 types of bullying. As you see here, physical, emotional, social, and cyber. So physical bullying, of course, that's pretty classic, almost like 80s movie, push the kid into the locker, put them in the locker, throw them in the trash. Also just general like fighting, pushing, hip and shoulder checking behavior, stuff like that. There's not too much nuance to that, albeit similar to other things like domestic violence, when we are physically disrupting a space. So physical bullying can also be, I am just causing intimidation by throwing things around you, by, like kind of lurching, lunging at you, pretending to throw stuff at you, anything that makes someone worried or afraid, as well as just being generally physically intimidating, like slamming stuff, throwing, punching walls, etc. Emotional bullying is pretty much the same meaning as emotional abuse or emotional harassment, which is name calling, negging, basically just saying things that are cruel, unusual, unkind, untoward, to somebody as a way to belittle them, make them feel less than, small, and to rise up above them and feel more powerful. Social abuse, which is where we'll spend some time focusing today, is quite psychologically interesting, and it's not talked about much. I mention this a lot when I work with people dealing with domestic violence, is there's so much focus on the, gaslighting, the emotional kind of head games that we forget about what goes on socially, how somebody will intervene in a community and cause someone to feel isolated, unsupported, etc. Then there's cyber or online abuse, whichever word works easier. I wish it had an AL at the end. I really liked it just all being similar, and then that one comes in at the end, but that's just me being extra picky as I am. Um, so cyber abuse is basically you can do really emotional and social abuse, but we're using the extension of somebody's space. So I like to think of here's our personal bubble, our body. Obviously those strict, if we were to draw an outline around it, that is our body. And then the space that we want to have from others. Some people are cool with people being really close up in their bubble. Some people really want kind of a wide berth. Whatever you draw around that, that is your physical space. Online, I think of as just kind of a little, think of it like if a little piece of yarn was attached to you somewhere and it's just going out into the world. That is an extension of your wants, needs, desires, safety, interest, and you're allowed to have boundaries, limits, and what I call curating your online space. It doesn't need to be full of doom scrolling, people that we wish we could block or mess. And it really is just an extension of us. So if we imagine all that stuff online kind of in our physical bubble, we'd probably think, wow, that's too much. I need to curate this a little bit more. So there's a lot that goes on in cyber abuse. So we'll focus more on social and cyber. Okay, so social abuse. Um, One could be verbal abuse in front of people. This would be more overt. So overt is in your face, covert is swept under the rug. Or one of those like passive aggressive, oh, that sounds nice, but wait, huh? That. Verbal abuse, this can be both. Sometimes it's the simple, like,